Number 902, PERTAMINA, Indonesia oil company. National economy recovery. Indonesia economy indicators are going to stronger. Highlight. In Indonesia's manufacturing purchase managers index PMI stood at 53 in December 2021. The average PMI for 2021 was positive, indicating the economy has expanded despite the pandemic. Indonesia's economic growth showed an upward trend at the end of 2021 due to pandemic control, increased mobility, and escalated economic activities. Cumulatively, the Indonesian economy throughout 2021 grew by 3.69. Those two indicators better off compared to 2020. Key highlight finance. A significant increase in revenue and net income represent a speed up business recovery. Meanwhile, EBITDA and cash position are more robust than last year. Revenue 39%, EBITDA 22%. Operation, upstream and downstream businesses has increased compared to 2020, in line with the post-pandemic economic improvement. Oil and gas production 4%, product sales volume 4%, and capex realization in 2021 has increased to support investment predominantly in upstream, refinery and petrochemical sectors, including restructuring, and capex cash 20%. Government support. Government provides continuous support through payment and implementation of new politics. Payment USD and 2.1 billion. And compensation recognition USD 4.7 billion. Strategic Action 2021. Several actions had been taken to strengthen the company in facing challenges on finance, and the cost optimization program across PERTAMINA Group includes cost saving, cost avoidance, and revenue enhancement. Active hedge program for market risk management, centralized procurement to achieve cost saving, capex prioritization, asset and liability management to lower the cost of fund. Operation, optimize load factor in shipping to increase revenue and cost efficiency. Increase gas trade and transportation. Increase oil and gas production and lifting following the high prices. Maximize the production of refinery products for variable products, energy conversion, fuel to gas and electricity to reduce own fuel consumption. Resource sharing after legal and state, such as sharing facility and sharing development agreement, especially in upstream subholdings. Policy regulation, working with government and stakeholders to determine pricing policy dynamics. Regulation adjustment which gives favorable impact towards the company. Financial figures improve significantly, aligning with economic recovery. Higher oil and gas lifting and product sales contribute to the higher revenue, supported by the oil price. However, oil price increased also impact cost of sales and operating expenses. Several strategic actions were taken during the period to address this challenge. 2021 had shown government's consistent support to PERTAMINA, especially in downstream operations, by recognizing compensation and payments for price differences. Strong government support through payment and new policies. Receivables from recognition of disparity selling price include tax. Compensation recognized for 2021 was at USD 4.72 billion. The government has paid around USD 2.10 billion for 2018 and 2019 compensation receivables. This shows government continuous support to PERTAMINA. the ratio remains stable. Despite the difficulties, PERTAMINA's profitability ratio remains stable. Financial covenants and ratio are all in good shape and reflecting good serviceability on the debt, such as DSCR, debt to EBITDA to interest, etc. Debt to equity ratio still provides a healthy debt room to fund capex for future growth. Accelerate capex deployment for revenue-generating projects. Cash drawdown for investment in 2021 increased by 20% compared to 2020. The cash realization predominantly in upstream project 45% and refineries and petrochemical projects 37%. Companies restructuring involved the increase in inquiry capital on the subholding and the transfer of asset. Operational highlights, production and lift increased by 4% and 3% contributed by local block and overseas assets. 12 exploration and 350 exploration wells have been drilled. Resource findings to see reached 486 MMBOE and additional proven reserves P1 reached 623 MMBOE. Refinery production increased in response to the rising demand due to pandemic recovery. Yield of variable product increased by 3% due to crude and product optimization strategies through crude selection and substitution. The increase in demand contributed to the higher sale volume by 4%. As the economic activity increased, the average monthly product sales have reached the pre-COVID level. In 2021, government has revised several fuel-related politics, including compensation for price differences. One of them is the Ministry of Finance Regulation number 159, which states that the recognition and payment of price differences can be carried out in the first semester of the current year. Gas sales and transport improved significantly due to the increase in demand from retail and commercial customers. Steam and electricity production slightly increased as the reliability of production asset improves. The addition of production capacity from solar and biogas power plants increases electricity production from new and renewable energy generation. It is important part. Our strategic keys for 2022, growth in business and committed to sustainability. First, stronger upstream. Oil and gas production is targeted to increase by 17% compared to 2021, supported by existing asset optimization and new projects on stream such as JBT and LOCAM. Number two, excellence refineries. Yield variable product is targeted at 79.9% or higher than 77.6% in 2021 target. The strategies are selecting more economical crude and produce more high-value product with higher spread margin. Number three, market expansion. Expanding markets through additional outlets development in 2022, around 3,000 PERTA shop. Digital market development, 25 million of my PERTAMINA users, and enlarge revenue portion from non-captive market in shipping business up to 7.5%. Number four, cost and cash optimization. Cost optimization targeted in 2022 is up to USD 600 million contributed by cost saving, revenue growth, and cost avoidance. Cash optimization is maintained by several efforts, including communicating subsidy and compensation payment to government. Number 5, low carbon project. In 2022, PNRE plans to produce 7,138 gigawatt hour of electricity, or 52% higher compared to 2021 realization, supported by higher installed capacity, which is targeted up to 2.9 gigawatt, or 84% higher than 2021 realization. Number 6, Unlock Value Program. In 2022, several entities or the group are accelerating their progress on the unlock business through IPO, strategic partnership, and M&A. PERTAMINA's commitment to sustainability. PERTAMINA received an ESG risk rating by Sustainalytics of 28.1 and was assessed to be at medium risk. PERTAMINA sits the 8th position in the integrated oil and gas sub-industry. PERTAMINA has set a target of 30% emission reduction in 2030 versus our 2010 baseline, and has succeeded in reducing greenhouse gas GHG emissions by 7.4 million metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalents. ESG performance is that PERTAMINA's sustainability policy. PERTAMINA's ambition is to be a leading and reputable global energy company, and to be recognized as environmental friendly company, social responsible company, good governance company. PERTAMINA sustainability strategies 10 sustainability forecast, environmental, social, and governance. Emission reduction is 7.4. Emission reduction M-tone. PERTAMINA's emission reduction achievement to 2010-2020 equivalent of 29.09%. PERTAMINA's ESG initiative in 2022. In 2022, we have committed to execute 16 ESG initiatives to address our sustainability strategy. STAR is in the priority initiatives related to climate and decarbonization. First, net zero roadmap, decarbonization, and deliver NRE capacity commitment. Low carbon project. PERTAMINA initiated several low carbon energy projects as part of commitment to reduce emission production. Solar energy. Several operation area uses solar to fulfill energy needs. Groundbreaking Rokan, 25 megawatt operation Dumai, and 2 megawatt, Syria Cap, 1.34 megawatt, 143 fuel stations. Clean energy for GRR Chuba. PNRE and PPRP has signed HOA to supply GRR Chuba energy demand, power, steam, and water from LNG power plant with 570 megawatt capacity. First fire PLTGU Java 1. PLTGU Java 1, 1,760 megawatt, has successfully conducted its first fire in February 2022. PERTAMINA Renewable Diesel. PERTAMINA RD. PERTAMINA launched green energy product as generator set for electric vehicle EV in Formula E Jakarta E-Prix 2022. Sustainable aviation fuel. PERTAMINA developed bio-abattoir and J2.4 palm oil-based aircraft fuel in Syria Cap refinery. It is proven to deliver performance equivalent to fossil-based aviation turbine. Active fuel but with lower carbon emission. Biorefinery and Chira Cap refinery has produced bioactive from RBDPO capacity 8,000 barrels per day, and Paju refinery is on process to produce bioactive from CPO, estimated capacity 20,000 barrels per day. PERTAMINA Energy Masa Depan. The future of PERTAMINA Energy and solar power panel Surya 7.34 megawatt of capacity installed, rooftop solar power and 220.5 kilowatt of capacity installed in 35 locations. Power and NRE segment performance highlights and PLTS solar power plants 6.76 gigawatt hour. In regards to new and renewable energy NRE development, the Board of Commissioners encourage the Board of Directors to accelerate NRE projects progress and to invest in projects that support PERTAMINA's business during transition energy era. We hope PERTAMINA would be initiator and executor of decarbonization and efficiently utilize green energy. The purpose is achieving the government's target to reduce 29% greenhouse gas GHG emission by 2030. The Board of Commissioners has advised the Board of Directors to expand NRE sector optimally by utilizing natural gas and geothermal, which possess great potential in Indonesia. Developing of solar power, biofuel, hydrogen, and accelerating the establishment of electric vehicle ecosystem. In developing NRE, the company has accelerating project and investment in projects that can support national electricity targets. The project being developed range from geothermal power plants, PLTP, solar power plants, PLTS, biogas power plants, PLTBG, and public electric vehicle charging station, SPKLU. In 2021, the government formulated the National Energy General Plan, RUEN, into the National Energy Grand Strategy, GSEN, which aim to reach national energy independence by 2030. GSEN sets the target to realize national energy independence without any import of fuel and LPG by 2030, and to develop NRE as support for the energy transition policy. PERTAMINA continues to develop the NRE program by developing green energy end products in the refinery units, including green diesel, green aviation, and green gasoline. In 2021, the biodiesel plus 30% program has absorbed 7.59 million kiloliters of FEI, an increase of 6% from 7.14 million kiloliters in 2020. Meanwhile, bioactive J2.4 for air transportation modes that has been developed since 2014 has entered the trial phase on an aircraft flight on the Bandung and Jakarta route on 6 October 2021. PERTAMINA has also been increasing the electricity generation from geothermal energy, solar energy, and biogas. In 2021, geothermal electricity generation reached 18.88 gigawatt hour, up 38% from 13.66 gigawatt hour in 2020, while electricity generation from solar energy and biogas was 10.23 gigawatt hour, up to 105% from 4.98 gigawatt hour in 2020. And the subholding operates geothermal as a source for environmentally friendly power plants, which are run by in subsidiaries PT PERTAMINA Geothermal Energy, PGE, including 14 geothermal working areas, the WKP, with the total installed capacity reaching 1,877 megawatt by the end of 2021. The capacity consisted of 672 megawatt, which was self-operated, and 1,205 megawatt from the Joint Operation Contract, JOC. The total production realization equivalent to electricity in PGE in 2021 achieved 4,660 gigawatt hour, or 1,001% of the 2020 production. As of the end of 2021, the subholdings continue several EVT development projects, among which were solar panel installation for PLTS with 500 megawatt capacity in different operational locations of PERTAMINA Group, which will simultaneously be operating up to 2026. The PLTS development also serves as a support for PERTAMINA in meeting the energy mix-up target, as well as reducing the greenhouse gas emission by 30% in PERTAMINA Group in 2030. By using the 500 megawatt capacity PLTS, it can potentially cut down carbon emission by 630,000 tons CO2 equivalent per year. As of the end of 2021, the realization of EVT development project was conducted by the subholdings by building PLTS facilities in RUIB and Cilacap Refinery, Central Java, with a total capacity of 1.34 megawatts. Through this PLTS, the energy from the electricity use, which is currently used for fossil fuel, will deplete by approximately 13.5%. Several other PLTS projects has also been completed by the subholdings, such as PLTS Badak in LNG Bontan will 4 megawatt capacity, which will save electricity cost by Rp 900 million. Additionally, there are solar rooftops installed in PERTAMINA gas station. Whether they are company-owned company operation COCO or company-owned dealer-operate CODO, of which in 2021 there are new installations in 35 gas stations, total 220.5 kilowatts. During the reporting period, PERTAMINA also catered and marketing secondary energy in the form of electricity, which derives from gas power plant PLTG, geothermal power plant PLTP, solar power plant PLTS, and biogas power plant PLTBG.